Hey, it's Jin, and in honor of wrapping up my degree, I wanted to make a video on things that I wish I knew before majoring in computer science. This is as an undergrad. I don't know anything about grad school. That is not the path for me, but I really hope to better prepare incoming freshmen as well as those thinking of switching majors or minors. Yeah. I cannot tell you how much I wish I took an intro to comm course in my first semester of my first year. Oh my goodness. So originally I was majoring in cognitive science, and that was within the Faculty of Arts and Science. And how that works is it was split up into different streams that you can concentrate in. And those streams include things such as computer science, philosophy, math, I think linguistics and neuroscience. But what happened was in my second semester, I took Comp 202, and it was just such a wonderful experience. I'm like, let me dive deeper and like focus only on comp sci. It also like re-earthed my love for computer science because I took computer course in high school and I completely forgot about that. But yeah, take it as soon as you can. Take it in your first semester because I basically wasted a year learning cool things, but things that I ended up not needing for my major, which ended up in computer science. So yeah, I transferred over to the Faculty of Science because that's how I wanted to do my degree. Plan out your courses. So research different fields within computer science because once again, that's a huge umbrella term. There's so many things within that field that are, you want to pinpoint and focus on, such as web development, security, even machine learning or robotics. But yeah, research those things that interest you and try and explore, because when you're planning out your courses, there might be some required courses that you need to take in certain years to get into those specific courses. For example, like a fool, I missed out on an opportunity to take cryptography and data security, which is really interesting to me. And I have to like research on my own, but I missed out on an opportunity to take this course in my final year because I had to take a different course and I just did not plan my final year of courses to the best ability. So yeah, plan out your courses, look at the courses that you have to take, get those out of the way as soon as you can, and focus on getting all the prereqs for courses. If you've built that base and got your required courses out of the way, your school will probably offer more interesting courses and exciting topics in your third and fourth year. Okay, so logical and analytical thinking are your BFFs. Like, that is going to get you through all your courses, because I find that when people talk about the steep learning curve in CS, yes, it's different. It's a different approach than some of your other courses, but it's simple in the fact that if you have like a systemic and logical approach to problems, if you break it down, and for example, if you break a large problem into smaller parts and you find out the big, what do I have to do? How can I achieve it? And you can kind of figure out this outline or a skeleton or pseudocode, your work is going to become 100% easier instead of just attacking it as a whole. It might be scary to, oh my goodness. For example, if someone says, make a chess game, where do I start? But if you break down into things such as rules, players, moves that you are allowed to do, moves that you're not allowed to do, define what a win looks like, little things like that, if that makes sense. So yeah, honestly, don't worry, you will overcome that learning curve and you'll get accustomed to that type of thinking. And then every problem will be a breeze, don't worry. My next tip is kind of obvious, but get comfortable with at least one object-oriented programming language. So whether it be Java, C++, or even Python, I think it's easy to find a lot of good examples as well as tutorials online, and they usually use one of these languages. So yeah, a lot of your first and second year courses probably will use one of these three to explain basic concepts and get you, kind of introduce you to programming. And yeah, once again, lots of really good tutorials. Even beyond YouTube, you can find sites such as W3 Schools. Their explanation is very intuitive, so you don't have to go through all that extra jargon that you might find in your textbooks. Do your assignments as soon as possible. I'm not saying you have to start them the day you get them, because that might be too much, but you definitely want to start them within like the week that you get it. Because I have handed in not so many, but I have definitely handed in my fair share of assignments like 5 minutes before the due date. And let me tell, like, the rush of panic, my heart would be beating out my chest. And I'm like, Kinka, why did you do this to yourself? Like, what were you doing all day long? So yeah, definitely get a head start on your assignments. They're never that bad if you start early and you have a bunch of time. But if you start late and you're on a time crunch, you know, you're gonna be stressed, you're not gonna be thinking straight. You know, they say diamonds are built under pressure, but you don't want that kind of pressure. It's unnecessary. Do your assignments early and yeah, get some sleep. Do not be embarrassed to ask for help. Oh my goodness. I feel like this is common, especially for freshmen. You know, you don't make too much noise, but please make all the noise you want. Raise your hand in class, ask anything that you need clarification on, or ask in office hours if you don't want to take up too much class time. But yeah, use all your resources to your advantage, especially the professor, especially the TAs, because they're the ones making the assignments, they're the ones marking your work. So you want to know what they're looking for, what the right answer or the best explanation is to them. And once again, like, your professors are going to get paid regardless, you know, like, I think you should make them work for their money. And yeah, pull up with all your questions, email them. Emails are the best sometimes, because if you're too shy to go up to them, you know, you can chill behind your laptop, send them a nice little email. And yeah, you should not leave office hours, you should not leave a classroom more confused than when you went in. You know what I mean? Like, you should be leaving office hours, you should be leaving meetings with your professor more informed, you know, less confused. Really give that a try. That's gonna save you so much time. Oh my goodness. Anytime, for example, anytime I had like a big assignment and I'm like, yo, I'm afraid of making a mistake, I would jot down all my questions and I would see if anyone answered them in like a Facebook group or whatever. And if no one answered the question, I would pull up to office hours and with my giant list, like, first thing check, second thing check, I'm not leaving until every question is fully answered. Everyone. So yeah, don't be embarrassed to ask for help, because you will be much more embarrassed to be asking questions during an exam. My next tip is probably one of the most important, but make as many friends as you can within your program. They're literally like, I would never have made it through my degree if it weren't for the friendships and the people I've met in my courses. So you're probably going to be in a couple situations. Situation A is where you understand something and your friend doesn't. So, you know, you're in the perfect position to help a friend out, or vice versa. You know, you don't get anything and you don't get something and your friend helps explain it to you. Situation B, you both get it, you know, you both get a concept. Yay, we understand. A's all around. Great. Situation C, which is just one of the best situations, is where no one understands what's going on. And instead of you being the only one not knowing, there's something almost nice about having a friend who also doesn't understand it too. It's like, wow, like, we're both in this together. It's not forever. You'll both eventually figure it out, but during that time when you're both struggling, it's like, yes, why not struggle together instead of struggling alone? But yeah, make friends in your program. It's literally going to help you and make your university or college experience so worthwhile. Oh my goodness. My next tip is going to be go to class. Some people talk about going to class like it's some kind of jail sentence, and I'm like, damn, like, some profs I know, like, I can see that because the way they explain, or even the pace may be super slow, or you find going to class just not worthwhile for you. And there is a trend where students who go to class tend to perform better than students who don't. Once again, just a trend, so, you know, one size does not fit all, but I definitely recommend going to class at least to, you you know, it's just sit back and hear someone lecture the material to you. And once again, to meet people in your program, especially the first month, you'll meet a lot of people and get in contact with your fellow classmates, you know, add yourself to the Facebook group for that course and stay connected. So even if you're not physically going to class, you better make sure you're on top of the course material. Make sure you don't fall behind in terms of what you need, like the readings you have to do, the assignments you have to do. Yeah, so if you don't go to class, still go to class, but in your own space. Make something or learn something that you're interested in and get, like, literally go crazy with it, go super in depth, make your own little side project, or try and replicate a project that's already a popular project that's already been done. But yeah, this is going to give you a strong talking point, especially if you don't have any internship experience yet. This is going to give you a strong talking point during your interviews, as well as it's going to give you exposure to a different field, and you know, you can get a little bite out of it, see if it's something for you, see if it's something that you want to get into and learn something about. But yeah, it is super easy to get lost in the sauce that is CS. There are tons of fields. Apply, please apply. Oh my goodness, I don't care if it's early, I don't care if it's late, but send your applications in, get that internship. Oh my goodness, I feel like a lot of people don't apply because they feel that they don't hit every single requirement on the job application. But honestly, 2 out of 3 ain't that bad. Even 2 out of 7 ain't that bad. Everything else you can learn along the way. Oh my god, you can learn a lot along the way, and that's like the purpose of a lot of these internship positions, you know? It's giving you the opportunity to learn and grow as a programmer. If you don't have that opportunity, like when will you ever learn? But yeah, also apply, especially if you are a girl. I think under 25%. I don't remember the number I saw on a study, but look it up. See the percentage of girls applying to jobs within the CS industry. It's very low, especially for an industry that was historically, you know, female dominated. It's just very odd that not as many girls are applying for these jobs. So yes, please apply. I'll make a separate video on tips on how to land an internship. I went from writing my first Hello World to writing a program to simulate this like link state routing protocol using Java socket programming. And it's just been such a great journey. I'm thankful to McGill University and the people I've met along the way. Okay, that's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and good luck with your studies. Oh my goodness, you got this. Just literally push through, and I'll see you next time.